the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. I'm here with Tevin Farmer, Coach Chino, Coach Nick. How you feeling today, champ?
So on me or like we all changed. I feel good, man. Just boiling down and getting ready for this fight. 2 weeks and 3 days, I believe.
Okay. Well, let's talk about this training camp. What has training camp been like?
The best one I had in a long time. And it has nothing to do with me training hard, because I always train hard and did what I needed to do. Just it's the little things like going to bed on time and eating right throughout the whole camp and not doing no cheat days hardly. So that was the big difference. And I feel good. The best I felt ever, probably. I don't know if it's because I'm growing mentally or just because of that, but I feel like the best I ever felt.
Would you agree, Coach? Is this his best training camp?
100%.
100%.
Yeah, very focused mentally. The maturity level from the last fight, something that him and I both learned something from it, which is a great experience as a team. It always benefits the fighter when two people are learning, especially when it's his trainer and himself. You know what I mean? So really pleased with the outcome. We was very confident when we fought Ogawa, but at this particular time, God had a purpose for all, right? And we just go with the flow. We learned a lot from that fight, so we're really excited. I can't wait. The whole world's going to see a different type of farming. So this is going to be something beautiful.
Speaking of Ogawa, how much confidence do you go into this fight, knowing that you fought that fight basically at 40% with the gunshot injury to your hand, the bicep tear prior to that, and on top of that with him being on steroids? How much confidence do you go into this fight with Billie Dib, knowing that, hey, that fight went the way it did with all of those factors? In this fight, I'm 100%.
That's a good question.
Confidence through the roof. I mean, my confidence always been through the roof. I don't believe you can never stop being confident and you can never stop learning, honestly. And being as though I fought a world-class fighter, Kenichi Ogawa, and 40% and still be able to win the fight, it says a lot about me. At 100, what can these guys do with me? Even at 80, 90, what can these guys do with me? In this camp, I'm at 100, so it's definitely going to be a different level of me, and I feel great. My confidence level definitely shot up from that fight. Okay. Not saying I was never not confident. Okay.
Now, one of the things I noticed coming in here in training camp, watching you, the first thing that jumped out at me was, you seem to be sitting down on these punches a whole lot more now. You seem to be a whole lot stronger. Now, I know you said you had a great training camp and you were eating better. Is all of that just attributed to just the eating better, sleeping better, or have you, since the hand has been healing, is that something that you're consciously saying, you know something? I'm getting people out of there. Is that
it's more than one part to that. As far as me eating right and being focused and all that comes with just my body feeling great.
Okay.
But as far as sitting down and being able to do what I do, it comes with coaching. And that's something that we, throughout this camp, we worked on. Maybe the whole camp. My condition was never a problem. I came and took camp already somewhat in shape. So everything else was just learning technique. And between that and the coaches that I have to teach me how to sit down on my punches, made a big difference.
Add a little to that. God works in mysterious ways, right? And I'm going to tell you why. Tevin is an incredible defensive fighter. And fighters like Tevin, who depend so much on the defense, sometimes we lack a little offensively, right? The fact that he had 2 injuries in one hand was something that mentally he understood that now I'm not going to be able to do what I used to do with the right hand. So I'm gonna focus on putting power shots together. So mentally he grew, understanding and believing in himself. Because the reality is I could teach as much as I could teach. If he doesn't believe what I'm teaching, it's irrelevant, right or wrong. So now he's just taking it to a different level where he's hurting people in sparring sections. Never done that before. Okay. I mean, not one, he hurt 3, 4 people. You know, at ease. Not even, you know, just really just going crazy at ease because of his speed and his angles. So it's a blessing for him because out of every negative, there's always a positive. And the negative, even though, you know, what happened to him, it was, you know, something that he was innocent. I mean, he was just a standby, protecting his family. At the end of the day, he gained so much more out of it. So, you know, Max from HBO and Jim said, you know what, you're an incredible defensive fighter. You remind me a lot of Pernod Whitaker, but Pernod Whitaker was also an offensive fighter. Now they're going to see a complete fighter in between offense and defense because the world doesn't know what we went through. You know, how we took the fight. The percentage, which I'm not going to put out there, the percentage of that right hand, only we knew. We still did the job and we still deserved that title because at the end, realistically, we won that title. The whole world knows that. If we lost 4 rounds, it's too much. But at the same time, now when they see the new Tevin Farmer, it's going to be like, I just don't want people to be like, oh, why that Tevin Farmer didn't fight Agawa? Well, we're 100% now. Maybe back then we was maybe 35%, maybe 35%. That's how bad that hand was. And we still did what we had to do. So I just don't want people to be like, well, if he would have fought like this when he fought Agawa, he would have dominated. No one really knows what happened out there, you know, behind closed doors, how camp was, how fragile that hand was, you know, the circumstance of why we took the fight, why we had to take the fight, you know, because the opportunity was not going to be presented again. And here we are today again. Thank the Lord. You know what I mean? That we're ready to shine.
You know, speaking of punching power, right? Speaking of people, do you feel that people have overly criticized you, Tevin, as far as your punching power, or maybe underestimated you? And what do you say to the people who may not take into consideration of how you started versus how other fighters started and those knockout ratios that others accumulate in their first 15 fights? What do you say to the critics who speak on your punching power who may not take that into consideration?
Honestly, I don't even care.
Okay.
I don't even care. I don't even think about it. Honestly, I don't care about it. But to answer the second part of your question, of course, a lot of guys are gonna start off knocking guys out when they're getting built up to knock guys out. I was being built up to get knocked out. That's the difference. Yeah. And I'm gonna end that there.
Speaking of knockouts, are you going for the knockout with Billie Dib?
We're gonna see August 3rd.
Okay.
I don't know yet. We're gonna see.
Well, let me ask you this question. Do you feel that, I know you're going in here to just to box and do what you do. We all know that you're highly skilled and a highly defensive fighter, and you also have a great offense as well. But do you feel like, you know, something at this point in my career where I'm at right now, and based on where I've come from, in order to make myself that marquee fighter, do you feel like you need to knock out in this fight?
I feel like I do. I feel a victory. I think a victory period would do the job, but I think a knockout would set it off. I definitely think a knockout would set it off for sure. And we're gonna see how the fight turn out.
He's very humble about it. I'm not. I was always the humble guy. He's making me a little bit more out to the public. We are gonna knock out Billie Dib. That's my statement on it. I respect his decision, but I'm telling you as a trainer, and I know what I have in my hand. Billie Dib is not going to around with us. We're bringing the IBF home, and the whole world's going to see another Tevin Farmer. The Tevin Farmer that a lot of critics wanted to see, you offer the defense, that's what they're going to see. But the more mature, we will knock Billie Dib out. That's a promise.
Now, in his style, Coach, what do you see in Billie Dib's style that gives you the... Now, I know you know what you have right here, but without giving, I know you're not going to give away any of the game plan, but what do you see that makes you say, you know something, this guy is not going 12 rounds with us? What do you see in him?
Tevin Farmer. That's it. That's the answer for that.
Boom.
Okay, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tevin Farmer, Coach Chino. And actually, people are viewing this as your first title defense because the world believes that you already won this IBF strap.
Yeah, I'll be at the same thing. Same thing, yeah. My first title defense.
What's next after this, Tevin?
We're gonna see what's next. And
Okay.
Bigger things.
Okay.
Big things.
We never ran from nobody or ducked nobody. So whatever makes sense to us now, that's where we going. Whatever makes sense. We was already at the stage to where though we wanted to fight everybody and we wanted to do this in the third.
Yep.
And it never played our way. Everybody shut us out.
Okay.
So now when God's willing, we get the title.
We gonna look
in
at
2 weeks, we gonna look at it how everybody's looking at it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Point blank period. And if whoever don't like it, they ain't gotta support me.
Exactly. But I do want to say, talking about support, I want to thank the hundreds of thousands and millions of people that support Tevin Farmer. I know that he's a good example for a lot of fighters that have more downs than ups early in their career because of management, not the right promotion. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. All the love you give the whole team, because there's a whole team that we have from Rashid Jefferson, Nicholas Rosado, Reginald Lloyd, you know, Coach Anthony, you know, myself. You know, this is an effort of a team that we built through the years to be where we are today. But I want to thank you, mad love, because I know you show love not only for Tevin Farmer, but for all the fighters that that are in the team and in the circle. So, for my behalf, much love. I appreciate you.
On all our behalf.
Absolutely. You know, I have one more question.
Shoot it.
Tevin, do you understand the impact that you've had on the sport in terms of, in a sport that can be very cold and, non-compassionate, where you get 1 loss or 2 losses, people give up on you and abandon you. Do you understand the impact that you've had where you have fighters in the gyms now with 4, 5, 6 losses saying, if Tevin can do it, I can do it?
Yeah, and I
have
think,
you embraced that yet?
Absolutely. I think that's a big part of me, honestly. And I think becoming champion and defending my belt over and over, I think that part of my story can put me in the Hall of Fame one day. And in boxing, like everyone know already, it's not what you do in boxing sometimes, it's what you do outside of the sport too. 100%. And I think that part of my story can put me in the Hall of Fame one day.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Look
Tevin Farmer. Go ahead.
Look at his logo. Never too late. And that's the reason why he put that logo, because he knows the impact that he has on a lot of youth fighters out there. They still want to fulfill the dream when they have other individuals saying, you got 3 losses, you got 4 losses, you're not going nowhere. Not true. Surround yourself around a really good team, a positive team, and you will grow to big and better things. But this young man here puts 156 days a week in this gym, not including what he does Sundays, which is relax, eat well, and still yet he goes and does his little running when I tell him not to, because he can't stop working out.
And on top of that, I mean, a lot of people hit me up and ask me about the age limit. Like, oh, do you think it's too late to box? It's too late to, I'm 20 or I'm 24, I'm 23. Is it too late to box? I mean, I don't usually get back to a lot of people in my DM because I can't, but I'm going to get back to them in this video. It's not too late for nothing. Anything you put your mind to, you can do it. And that's the truth. That's really the truth. I ain't never think about being a world champion until I got like 20, probably. So, 19, 20. And I'm only 27. And I'm about to become world champion in 2 weeks, so that's the answer.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tevin Farmer, soon to be IBF world champion. Coach Chino, Coach Nick, I want to thank y'all for your time.
Thank you.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. I'm Jay Goodman. Thanks for clicking on.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.